Hello, welcome back everyone. It's been a hot minute, and by minute I mean like 6 months, because time flies. It is crazy. How are you all? So crazy. I have wanted to do so many videos, but my life has just been mental for the last few months with getting kids off to school and preschoolers. Anyway, you don't need to know about all that boring day-to-day stuff. This is all the good stuff, juicy stuff right here. I have been making lots. I've been making lots of garments, which I haven't even posted really at all, but I've been really into my garment sewing of late. And I have been doing embroidery and my other smaller makes on the side. I just haven't had the time to video and post. I find that bit the trickiest to kind of get the actual content out to you, but I love it. I love going on YouTube and seeing what people are doing. So I thought you might want to see what I've been up to. So sorry for that long-winded intro. Welcome back. Welcome if you're new. My video release patterns are scattered, to say the least. I also wanted to show you, I've got this little micro sewing studio now, which is so exciting. Right now it's covered with a painting, which is a bit silly. I'll show you. It's in the corner, which I've got a giant, one of our artworks fell off from down the hallway because a boy kicked a soccer ball into it. So now my husband's got to drill some actual hooks back into the back of it. Anyway, so behind that is epic goodness that I have been using in the corner of the kitchen. Beautiful winter's day out there. So this light's actually probably a bit too bright. But anyway, I wanted to say welcome back. I wanted to show you what something that I have been watching on YouTube with great glee is everyone's quilt workbook. And sorry, like everyone in the Southern Hemisphere, we have been so sick. Our entire family, I was in bed for days upon days, which is just crazy to me of our school holidays. So I apologize for that. This is my Quilter's workbook, inspired by Beck. Obviously it's So Be. I'm doing the sew along with her. And I'm going to get into that shortly. I just wanted to show you some little tiny baby things I've been working on, just playing around with my machine. I quilted up that fabric, which is a Japanese fabric with a fluoro zip from So Be. So just something really little for one of my nieces. She's starting school and in September. So just really little things like that. I have posted a couple of photos of this online, but I haven't done a video. This is my Kate in the Nest pouch, story pouch that I started at her workshop in May. And that's it finished. I really loved this project because I don't normally on mine, it's an open one, which I've never done an open one before, just very much Kate style. So that is that. I absolutely love this. And I'm not used to working actually this layered, I guess you'd say. My work tends to be kind of less full, I guess. But I really enjoyed that process. Now, the other thing I have done, which I did post a little sneak peek, was I did an amazing bookmaking workshop and they're stitched through, at Green Door Studios with a beautiful teacher called Sue, who I think is under Paddock Notes is her handle on Instagram. But this reminded me, this is like the sleeves that we're going to do, or the signatures, there's 3 signatures in here, like the Quilter's workbook. So it reminded me, and I thought, oh my goodness, I've completed that, and I actually haven't shown anyone. So that was a piece that I actually love, and I'm going to start doing this a bit more. I have made some, I got an old atlas, and I have been tea dyeing some pieces of paper that were too fresh looking, and I have just ripped those out, tea dyed these, and I'm now going to press them a little bit and try and use my, some of them ripped, but that's actually quite part of the charm. Try and use my walking foot, not walking foot, the one with the round, gosh, I don't know, the quilters out there will know, sorry, it's a quilting foot, and go over the rivers like I have here, which I just absolutely adored. So that is an idea that I have that I just haven't had time to execute, but that was an amazing workshop with Sue that I just absolutely loved. So I kind of feel like I've done this project, in essence, in a different way in the last couple of months, which has been really lovely. So here is my Quilter's workbook so far. And I used a piece of old quilt, I've actually gone through, this light's not great. I'm going to try and do this. I have gone and just stitched through all of the, Grandma's Flower Garden, gone through and added a lot of cantha stitching down here, and a doily with these birds. There we go. So the back is so cute. Same thing. So I've just gone through, that was the first thing that took me quite a while, was to get all of those colours, added some Suffolk puffs there, some little pieces of applique flower there, and just, gone through and done all of that little cantha stitching to add a little bit more definition, a little bit more colour. Cute, that little bird. And so my external is completed, and this is what I'm thinking for the inside. So I've cut a piece too short, but doesn't really matter because I am working on a couple of quilts at the moment. Little tiny house blocks, which are adorable. I think I posted one of those not too far back. So shall I do this? I wanted an old sheet. I wanted mine to look a bit vintage. I have used a couple of doilies. This was a part of a tea towel, terribly stained, that I have just backstitched the coastline from a project I'm working on for my son's school, which is a giant quilt that I'm making for their school library. It's over 5 meters long, and I will show you that at some point. At the moment, it's all kind of wrapped up like a towel, mummy, because it is so difficult. I've got to have, the only place I can do it is on the floor in our kitchen area here when I'm working on it. So that is an offcut from one of the tea towels that I'm using for that. And it's very much in the style of Blue Mountain Daisy and Railway Cottage, Karen from Railway Cottage, Kate in the Nest in a way. I'm, using elements of all of those inspirations to put together. It's bigger pieced quilts, bigger pieces of tea towels and vintage linens that I'm putting together to make this Australiana quilt for the school for their 150-year anniversary, I think. So that's something that I've been working on and going into the school to work on with the students the last few months. So that's another thing that I've been doing, but I just haven't been documenting. So yeah, something else that has taken me away from YouTube. But here we go. Back to the case at hand. I wanted not so lively, I guess, colours for the sleeves. So I've just, these are doilies that I dyed myself when I was in New Zealand with Fleur and Zoe and Kristen and Kate back in March. Again, didn't even post about that. But yeah, we got up to some terrible fun over there. Too much fun. And dyed a lot of our own fabrics and our own doilies. So another lovely piece. I got all of these from Zoe at the Green Door. She sells these lovely big size pieces. So I am again, I'm only going to, I know that Beck has done amazing stitching and lots of quite detailed things. I'm keeping mine simple because otherwise I'll never finish it. And I actually want to use it soon. So I'm keeping mine quite simple so that I can actually execute being able to use it. And then I'm thinking a pocket there. That's quite heavy with that on it, but I really like that beautiful cut embroidery work on there. So that's what I'm thinking. So literally that's as simple as it is. Can I find my little baby houses to show you? I've got this pile. It was my pull pile of stuff to use for it, but I haven't, so it's probably going to go on other things. There may be a couple of little pieces, bits and pieces that go on. That's a sleeve off a dress, which I just think is so cute. I might have done the fuchsia. I've started to colour the fuchsias in. I might thread paint that, I might continue on with that or colour some Rip Crack. The only other thing I was thinking, which I haven't decided, is somewhere I do want to have a pocket. Now, a friend gifted me this. It's absolutely beautiful. We all love swallows. I'm thinking of taking this apart, the top, and putting a zipper here and using that as a pocket inside the front for little templates, etc. And I'm thinking of putting a pocket here on the back, which is this huge one that's already made. That must have been a little, I don't know, a shoe bag of some kind, but I picked it up from one of those, from one of the Instagram sellers. So I'm thinking that that could be lovely at the back, and that would be quite practical. So that is my thought process. I don't know, I have not stitched any of this down. I quite like being able to see the little bit of ticking behind there. I will cut this piece of beautiful Japanese silk out, but then I think that essentially, I think that will be it, to be honest. So that, I think, let me see if I can go and find this little behind there. Bear with me for 1 second. If you hear a giant crash, the painting has fallen. Yeah. I do want to take you on a tour, but I think that will probably be the next video, because I do have another project that I'm about to start, which is Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. So, okay. So, for instance, I have been making these little tiny blocks, and I keep them in plastic. So this is exactly what this project is for. You know, that one's already done. Isn't that sweet? And so I think that I'll be able to get rid of the plastic sleeves and use this book for its intended purposes, to be able to just keep all my little templates and all the little cut-offs. And I'm going to Beck's inaugural quilt retreat in Newcastle in November. So I will definitely be taking this. And I think it's a great thing to do. So I will stitch, I I will stitch it together and then I will come back and show you. Normally I like to only post a video when I've completed it, and so to be able to post out a video that actually is a completed work at the end. But you know what? I'm not going to do that this time, because otherwise that's why I just post so infrequently. So I will just post this one as is, which is a work in progress, and then I'll be able to post a part B and show it to you finished, because I'm hoping it won't take that long. Best laid plans, obviously, though. So that is my Quilter's workbook from Bex at Sobeys So Long. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this wasn't too boring for you. Please let me know if you've got any comments or how you're going on yours. I've really, truly, absolutely loved this experience of this project. So hopefully I don't have too much to go. In the next wee while, I'm hoping to finish it and be able to show you the finished product. But anyway, guys, I've got to go and pick up kids from school now, as you do, and I'll say goodbye, and I will hopefully see you very soon. Okay, bye.